You remember this guy? Corey Haim, who died at much too young of an age, at the age of 38. Well, I've been looking for him, and I just happened to watch one of his movies the other day. Yeah, I watched The Lost Boys doing some vampire research, if you know, you know, and there he is right there. And, well, they always tell us the truth in the movies. And I couldn't help but notice something in this scene.
4, actually. I'm always looking out for the other 3. Look, can't put the Superman number 77s with the 200s. They haven't even discovered red kryptonite yet. Can't put the number 98s with the 300s. Lori Lamaris hasn't even been introduced.
Where the hell are you from? Krypton?
Phoenix, actually.
He sure knows an awful lot about Superman, and then they say, "Where are you from? Krypton?" And it got me thinking. It got me thinking about how Anton Yelchin faked his death and then became the newest Superman, David Cornsweet. And well, they told us that was coming. They told us back in Curb Your Enthusiasm when he was dressed as Superman. So I got to thinking, who's played Superman? And well, Corey passed away in 2010. And the next Superman after that was that of Henry Cavill. You know, Henry Cavill, who just happened to become super famous just 3 years after Corey Haim's death. They love the number 3. Henry Cavill that at first glance doesn't look like he could have been Corey Haim. But if you give me a minute, because if you look at Corey when he was a little older, and then look at Henry Cavill, and then Henry Cavill HC, Corey Haim CH, it's almost like it's inverted. I mean, it seems to fit pretty well even down to the hairline and lips and chin. But only see what happens when we put them together, and notice even that the hair spacing in the eyebrow is the exact same, and the eyebrows are in the exact same place, and the lips and the nose and the hairline. Do you think there's more? Do you think maybe we can find some smoking guns? Kind of like that mark on his forehead that seems to line up in the exact same place as this little hole there. You see that little hole there? Right there, that seems to be in the exact same place in alignment and spacing from the eyebrows. Let's move down a little bit and see what we can see. First, let me draw attention to, again, the exact same gap and spacing of the eyebrow hair. And while this one's a little more difficult to see, you'll see them. 1 and 2. And they're there. There's just makeup and probably some skin removal of some kind. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. With the exact same little spacing of the eyebrow. Wow. What a coincidence. What a coincidence, for sure. Let me do a quick reminder, too, for people who haven't seen it. The odds of 2 unrelated people looking somewhat alike, and they look very alike symmetrically even, with a handful of exact facial markings are incredibly low, less than 1 in a trillion. You know, I don't like to stop there. I like to do a thorough research. And well, Corey had a number of different girlfriends, but Nicole Eggert seemed to be his main squeeze. And well, I keep telling you that they bring their significant others with them. And here's Henry with his main squeeze, Natalie Viscuso. And you might not see it here. If we put them side by side, you could see it, right? I mean, like, that little smirk in those chins. But let's take a closer look. Let's see if we push them together, if they could potentially look like it's just the same person with a little bit of maybe cosmetics to make your eye appear a little bigger and a little better makeup in this picture. Boy, it sure looks like the same. Same. But of course, all this for entertainment purposes, people, and I definitely don't think they do this because they need to avoid suspicion of not aging and to manipulate your mind so you don't know up from down, left from right, and round from flat, and spinning from not spinning apparently either. Entertainment purposes, of course, they're not the same person. And hey, that's an interesting way to hold your hand. I wonder if they're telling us anything there. Kind of like I wonder if they're telling us anything here with each of them having one eye covered and, oh, hey, look, The Witcher and Watchers. More truth in plain sight. Entertainment only, people. Have a nice day.